Up in the sky, look! It's a bird! It's a plane!
Run.
Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and we finally got confirmation that my leak that the Ash Heirloom is going to be coming this season, and there's a lot of cool stuff we're going to go over with it today, like when it's going to come and all that interesting stuff, but we're also going to go over a little bit about what Apex Legends is doing with their 20-year plan, as they are running into some issues with just the frame rate of the game. We're going to do all that. We're also going to give out 45 bucks. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill, but without further ado, let's talk about Apex. So season 16 is going full steam ahead, and you might remember right before it launched, I leaked some information that Horizon and Fuse would not be getting the next Heirloom, and if you had been following me and paying attention, you would have heard that Ash is going to be the next one, that she had a completely done model, and Kralrindo has now confirmed that, finding brand new animations in the game files that is going to indicate that she will be receiving the Heirloom for this season, skipping the line, and it obviously has something to do with Titanfall and her history from that game and how she's going to be a major impact. We still don't know too much about the Heirloom, but the community actually seems to be on the right track in regards to what it will look like. But we should be finding it out most likely in the Veiled event, the last one of the season. As we already know, Imperial Guard is going to be that recolor Wraith Heirloom. The Sun Squad is actually most likely going to be the Prestige skin because they don't want to sell an Heirloom back to back. And then Veiled, once again, makes the most sense for that Ash one. There's also going to be a ton of other changes before we get to that. You might remember a while back that World's Edge will be getting changed with the Fragment area. Along with that, there will be a town takeover planned for Wattson on Lightning Rod and Stormpoint. The Wattson town takeover is actually going to be happening this season, so expect that to happen around the time of these collection events. In regards to the World's Edge Fragment, that is still 100% planned, and Kralrindo actually gave us some information on that as well, saying that a new map codenamed added was in the files for season 16. It's Desert Lands World's Edge Health Update. Obviously, Health Update with Kings Canyon made a major impact and reworked the entire map, and that will be going the same for World's Edge, as the Health Update is clearly referencing Fragment West being changed. There's some rumors about the train coming back. I haven't heard anything about that, but I would expect something about maybe Fragment getting put underground, like the entire area. At least that's what I've been hearing. But whenever they do map updates of this size, there's something that tends to happen that really impacts players a lot. Like for instance, when Olympus got reworked, console players had their frames drop horribly down to about 30 or 40 from the normal 60 that they can achieve. And even though nothing was really changed in season 16, this problem is still impacting a ton of players that are on Xbox and PS4, where their frames are dropping down to 30 and 40. And what's happening here is the game is just adding so much more new content and rechanging things, and the files are getting bigger, that the old systems just fundamentally cannot run Apex anymore, which is going to be a huge concern for Apex Legends, because they very clearly stated they want the game to last 20 years like Counter-Strike. They want this game to be a force to be reckoned with for a very long time. So it's absolutely key and paramount that at this point they do the next gen update along with adding in cross progression. However, Josh Medina only let us know that they are still working on progress on those two features. However, we also know from internal leaks that it will not be coming in season 16. In fact, the last time we got an update on the next gen was March 29th, when the original update for next gen launched, and it only allowed for full 60 Hz gameplay, which is kind of a joke, seeing as literally every other battle royale and next gen game right now has 120 frames in a multiplayer setting. There might be like one or two, but you guys get the point. Cross progression, however, we have gotten some updates. In season 12, it was actually planned to launch alongside the next gen update. However, at the time, it was only going to be account takeover, where you wouldn't be able to merge all your cosmetics and your stats. They decided not to release it at that point and continued to work on it, so it looks like we might actually have some good news with account merging being what they are trying to do, which would explain why, once again, this is taking so long to do. So by adding all these changes to World's Edge, adding in new maps, custom modes, the game is actually becoming too much of a strain on these old systems, and so the question begins, how are they going to compartmentalize all this stuff and make it run smoother, as it does use a source engine, which is a fairly old one compared to other stuff coming out like Unreal 5, especially when you're planning for World's Edge to have an underground section on the map, but then you're also adding a brand new town takeover to one of the biggest maps in the game, Stormpoint, that has AI wildlife that runs around trying to attack you. I'm actually incredibly surprised that the game does run on Xbox and PlayStation as well as it does it sometimes. It's absolutely fantastic that we're getting all these collection events with all these different heirlooms that will cost you $160, but with constant audio issues that are impacting the game that pros are continuing to talk about, along with console players suffering from lack of frames that are just crashing the game, server instability that will constantly knock you out or go down, Respawn needs to take their foot a little bit off the pedal when it comes to these heirlooms and focus on the health of the game, because it is apparent that there is not going to be a health season. Rather, they're just going to add in systems that hopefully fix the issue at one point or another. Let me know down below, how do you feel about the Ash Heirloom? Are you excited for it? Who do you hope gets the Prestige skin? We should actually be finding out this week. And until next time, Legends, keep slaying the Outlands, and I'll see you out there.